Here we are, Scott Base, on the 22nd of December, a few hours before our last attempt to get out before Christmas. Been down here for 2 weeks waiting for a plane. The joys of Antarctica. Let's go and have a quick walk through the base from one end to the other, from the main door near the hitching rail, right through to the end of the Hatherton Lab. To anybody going outside, can put on some crampons or anything if they're going to the sea ice. Here we are, into the locker room. Currently with wind chill it's -6 out there, so it's not too bad. Here's the locker area where you kit out before going outside. All your outside gear stays here, so you don't traipse around the base. Down here we've got some light engineering, so carpentry shop, electrical, light engineering in there. There's a generator behind there. Back the other way through those double doors is the heavy engineering plant for vehicles. Right, let's head on up. Down that alleyway, goes past the engineering to the Hillary Field Centre. Right, up we go. Past the recreational routes. So they're starting to get closed now. But that's okay. It happens when the ice starts to melt. Environment is an important thing down here. So lots of rules to abide by. A quick look around the admin. It's Christmas time, so there we go. Here's our sign in, sign out book. Hopefully we'll be signing out for the last time this year. Past Pram Point, big meeting room. Here's the shop. Just doing another little walk around. Hello.
Yeah, it's good, especially before something else. It's come down.
Past some people who didn't make it out. Right, let's head on up. Pictures of home everywhere. Generator in there, 2 of them. Here we have telecoms. Hello. Just doing a walk around. I can edit it. Let's keep walking. There's the water supplies up there. The wind farms are not moving much at all. Let's keep going. It's all on different levels because the base has been built from different buildings and then joined together with linkways. So you get a fair bit of elevation change during the day. So through there we can see the container dock for the Hillary Field Centre. And that little white dish there's a satellite dish we put up for measuring snowfall. And we've had a couple of measurements already, which is cool. Keep on going. A little bit of accommodation up through there. Here we have things to do around the base. A bit of recreation, shops. It's pretty cool. Fire's a big worry. So we have lots of firefighting equipment based around the place. Here are the events that are here this year. It's a very sparse board. Normally you can hardly read anything on it because of the number of people. It's our kitchen area. This is where the base staff live, up through there, so they have a whole wing to themselves. And they're shift workers, so you've got to be quiet. Here's the board, and we're waiting on this plane. We need to worry about who's on this list, because the ski hercs don't take as many people as the hercs that we're supposed to go out on. So there might be a bit of a fight going on. All of our waste is separated into streams, so that it minimises the amount of waste coming back. And over here we have all the old past winter staff. As you can see, some seasons they're quite big, like over here. This was for building the Hillary Field Centre. Some seasons they're quite small, so it's just a skeleton staff to run the base. Through in here we have a bar and a recreational area. We'll keep on moving. So up here we have a medical area. So if anybody gets sick, especially at the moment with COVID, this is where we come and we can get fixed up, hopefully not get medevaced out. And there's a whole heap of supplies here for cleaning, because cleaning the base is a very important thing. So head on down, and then up past our accommodation to the Hatherton Lab. So you can see the Q hut there, the darker green building. It's one of the original parts of the base, built around about the time of the IGY, slightly later. It's been completely gutted and refurbished several times. So walking up this ramp, that's the doorway to the accommodation, and this is the ablution block for us. Up we go. Lots of posters along the wall to give you something to read about. If we look out here, we can see Observation Hill on the right. Little hut below it is the transmitter hut. These two huts are the geomag hut, so the variometer in the foreground and the absolutes hut in the background. That's the inoson mast. You can see there's open water now in front of the base, so it won't be too long before it breaks out. Lots of exits to get out everywhere, because fire is a big problem, so lots of fire exits. Some of them, like the one down here, I'll show you the other side of it shortly, so you've got to be a bit careful. There's a subtle hint. So if you go out that one in a hurry, there's no snow below you, it could be dangerous. So here we are. So there's the open water. Lots of seals around at the moment. They go underwater about midnight to do a lot of feeding. The orange building's the Antarctica Expedition Hut, or now they call it the Hillary Hut. Part of the original base, and it's been refurbished. And there's the big long drop out of that fire exit, so you have to know what you're doing. The big building in front of us there with the stack on top of it and the staircase up the side, that's the wastewater and sewage plant. So the water can go down the pipe once it's been all cleaned up, and it gets disposed of in the ocean, but all the solids come back to New Zealand. Right, into the Hatherton Lab proper. There's a little workshop area in here. Inside here we've got a little instrument called Chloe. It's been going since about 2000. Yeah. Looking for chlorine monoxide and other things that kill ozone. Here's the main lab, a couple of computer workstations that we can use. go. So you should be able to see that with the transmitter hut out the back. The transmitter antenna is a triangular loop up through there, so hopefully you can see that. Fed from the middle of the little building and up to the corners of a triangle. There's receivers at arrival heights in that direction. So here we have one of the older experiments here, the Inosonde. It's been going since IGY. Same with the MET system, so that's been going. We're always worried about the weather and communication, so these are two key instruments. It's been updated, so now it's all on loggers and it gets sent off. A few little offices there. In here, for a little bit of recreation, set up a little movie theatre. So lots of movies to watch, you never get bored. There's even more movies. Bunch of different instruments out here, instrument computers. So there's MET service there. This one here is the micro rain radar, which have been installed just out the back there. This is the last thing we've installed this year. Just have a quick little look at it. It's a -6 outside, so it's not too bad. It is blowing a bit though. So you can see the turbines over there. One of them's obviously been turned off for maintenance. Checking it out. There's quite a bit of wind. It's from the south, which is where all the nasty weather comes from, which is probably why we're not flying very often. That's the Micro Rain Radar Pro with its dish, and the little orange box down there's an all-sky camera, so we can look at the snow as it falls and detect it on the radar system. Right up the top, you might just be able to see solar tracker up there. It's got some yellow cables coming off it. It follows the sun. Measures the radiance of the sun. Right, let's get back inside. It's a bit cold. So there you go. That's a trip from the cloakroom past the main features to the Hatherton Lab. This is where science was done in the past. And unfortunately, like a lot of the buildings here, it will go as part of the rebuild. So there you go.